Choo choo!
Hi-ho, hi-ho.
Hello again, folks. So it's been 5 days, and this handle that I've been working on, I set it next to the heater, so it's dried out pretty good. One thing that's kind of interesting about it, it's like almost a fluorescent yellow color. I don't know if you can pick it up through the camera here, but it's a really bright, it's like a highlighter yellow color. So this is mimosa wood. It originates in Iran. It's a tree, I guess, from Iran. It's considered invasive. It was brought to this country to be decorative, but it propagates really well. It's got very pretty pungent flowers, and the leaves are kind of interesting because when you touch them they close, and at nighttime they close up, and in the daytime they open, so they're very reactive to light and stimulus. So as far as this handle is concerned, at this point I think it's pretty dry. It's been sitting next to the heater for 5 days. I think you can probably tell it shrunk a little bit. Before I could get this head about halfway up it, now it almost goes to the very end, just about. And that's because wood, when it dries, it contracts. There's a lot of water in it. But what I'm going to do next is just sand it down and try to narrow it a little bit. I'm going to figure out how to mend where it's split here, and see if I can turn this into something usable. It's a nice height. It's fairly straight. I think it'll work pretty well as a handle. So let's try to clean this thing up a little bit and shape it into what we want. So I'm just going to start out with some sandpaper here. I've got some 100 grit and some 60 grit. We'll start with the 60, and just like I said, there's some definite rough patches where the stems branched out as well. There's bumps there, so I'm just going to try to smooth it down a little bit. I think I'll unfortunately lose a little bit of this nice yellow color, but it happens, right? So we'll start down towards the end of it and work our way up. This will pick up some dust, all this sanding. I think I'm going to put on a mask and maybe even some glasses too. So I'm just feeling for rough spots along the handle. The handle is narrow enough here that I can slide the head over it. I just want to eliminate the little rough patches and areas where the wood isn't quite smooth. Alright. Got it pretty well smoothed down. I'm going to see how much I have to keep shaving this down to get the head over it. Let's check it out. Welcome back, folks. So, I'm still trying to shape this handle here. I like the length. I like the weight. I like the feel. It's pretty dry. I think I can mend this split here, but I can't quite get the head on exactly how I want just yet, because, like I said, this thing tapers, so, and you know, it's a complete circle. Nature is hardly ever circular, so, at least not in a physical sense. So, what I'm going to try to do is, since it tapers here, the way it goes down, it goes in like across like this from the bottom of the handle up, and so it has to be fattest at the top. So what I did was I just cut a little ring here, just a little, you know, fraction of an inch ring, and what I'm going to do is kind of whittle it down to that ring, and then this part will catch where it's thick at the top of the head, and then pinch down here where it's more narrow. I'm going to use some string then too to tighten everything up, but right now I'm just going to keep kind of measuring and whittling, and just try to get it as close as I can. I'm new to this, just kind of feeling along as I go. How far up can I get? I can get pretty far up there now, but I want to get it up about another 1.5 inches. So I then have to figure out where it touches. So as you can see, it wiggles this way, but not this way. So it doesn't have a tight seal here, but it is tight here. So that means I got to whittle it down a little bit more here on these sides. So I'm just going to mark that with my pencil here. Where I got to shave it down some more. And by cutting this ring here that I made, I can whittle this direction without stripping it all the way to the end of the handle. It'll stop at the ring there. Reading a little bit more on mimosa, it's about the hardness and weight and strength of pine. So that means it's a soft wood. It's not actually a soft wood, but it is equivalent to a soft wood. So it's fairly light. So I'm just about there. It's just about to the end here. I'll have to remove some of this tape and get it in there a little bit tighter, but we're getting real close. I like it. So I'm just going to mark with my pencil right now where I'm at, so I have some idea where to stop. I'm just going to see where it wiggles. Is this final line where I want the hoe to rest. Wouldn't fit halfway down before. It's in pretty good shape.